I hope everyone's great. We're so cold here in Louisiana, and I know you're up north. You probably have it a whole lot colder than we do, but this is not for us. We live in the South for a reason. I love it up north, though. I have family up north, and I love that. But today I want to ask you, are you having trouble getting it all done? I know I do. I have so much trouble sometimes getting it all done. We just came off of the last week going over my goal setting solution, and I've been running that in my Facebook group and doing some videos here that talk a little bit about it. But we set goals and we get out there and do things, and we just have trouble sometimes getting it all done. You have your to-do list and you write everything down, and you have good intentions, and you just don't get it all done. Yesterday was a day like that for me. I had a lot to do, and I'm trying to get back into my housekeeping more than I have been. And I had that set up. I had something to do there. I was, I was so excited to get that done. Well, the problem is I'm going out of town Thursday, and I didn't get the housekeeping thing done. There was another thing, which was completing my course I just did on goal setting, which is what I did in my group, but bigger. I mean, it's much more robust than what I did in the group. And I didn't get the videos recorded yesterday. But let me explain some lessons I learned from that. Okay. We need to give ourselves grace when we don't get things done. And we need to learn how to start back over. And we need to learn how um, to look at what's really important. So to give you an example, one thing I learned yesterday is don't schedule house projects when you're scheduled to go out of town in a couple of days. Don't do that. The house projects are not important. The business projects are, because I need my business to run, and I need people to know that I'm still here even though I'm out of town and can't get on my computer as much and plan things as much. So the house things can wait. Um, you need to do what has to be done. Okay. So every day, look at what has to be done. What are the non negotiables? If there's extra time, if you get done with those non negotiables, you get things done and you have extra time, then great. Do a little project you want to do, or take some time to rest. Okay. That's one thing I learned. Make sure you're writing down all the things. Write them down, even if you don't feel like you have complete time to do it. But don't put things down that like the housekeeping. Though I was planning on cleaning out something yesterday, cleaning out a cabinet and reorganizing it. That I didn't need to write down, because all that does when you look at it is there's condemnation there. I needed to get laundry done. I didn't need to do that yesterday. Today I have more time to do that kind of thing. So write down all the important things, the priorities, write them all down. Another thing I learned is when you fall short, don't give yourself condemnation. I didn't clean out the bathroom cabinet. Big deal. It'll still be there. It's needed cleaning out now for a couple of years. It's not a big deal. It can wait. Also, during this time, make sure that you're spending time with those you love. Okay. So yesterday, I could have had more time to do things if I hadn't have sat in the living room area with Michael while he was working on something. We had something that needed to be fixed yesterday, and he was working on it, working hard on it. And you know what? I just took time and sat over there with him. I took that time. I also took time to watch an episode of a show we're watching while we ate lunch. And yeah, it took a little longer to watch it than lunch. But you know what? I was sitting there with Michael. And did that take away time from cleaning out that bathroom cabinet? Probably. Did it take time away from actually recording some of those videos I needed to do? Probably. But you know what? I worked on my relationship yesterday. I spent that time with him. And even though we have a good relationship, it always needs to be worked on, because if I stop working on it, it's not going to be good anymore. Okay. Another thing that I learned is it's all about priorities. So what's most important? I have my priority. I have my notes over here. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, these are my priorities in order. Okay. God, then Michael and Sarah, then my business. And that's encouraging you, encouraging others, and taking care of the things that God's shown me to do. That's what my business is. my home, taking care of my home, and then my extended family. Now, if you're in my extended family and you're seeing this, that doesn't mean that you're last on my priorities. It just means that there's other things God's shown me to do. And, I have goals with my extended family, and I will be implementing those as time goes on. And that's one of the things I'm working towards. But I have to prioritize my life, which you should too. I wrote a prayer out after that, for the Lord to help me to prioritize, help me to see what I need to do and how I need to do it. But like I said, as I sat there this morning, I wrote all this out in my journal, and that's why my journal's sitting over here to this side. That's why you see me keep looking over. But as I look over that and as I think about that, it's so important that I'm doing those things that are going to build my relationship with Michael, those things that are going to allow me to continue to come out here and encourage you, those things that are helping me build a business so that I can meet those big goals. I'm building a business not just for me and my family. That's part of the goal. Part of my goal with this business is to help my family. But a big part of my goal is to do what God's instructed me to do, and to encourage and to be able to financially support more charities, more ministries, to be able to help more people. So I have to keep my priorities straight with that. And that's what I encourage you to do. Look at your priorities. Are they in line? Are they in line with what God has shown you? Are you putting things on your to-do list today that can wait? Okay. If it doesn't have to be done today, don't write it down. Now, if you're going to have extra time for the day, once I get this, which my course is almost completed, I have one video left to record, and then I just have to get it up and running. But once that's done, I'll have more time. And once I'm back from this conference I'm going to this weekend, I'll have more time so that I can clean out that bathroom cabinet. But don't overschedule yourself. That's why you're not getting it all done. You're not prioritizing and you're overscheduling. So, I love you, and I want you to stop. I love what our pastor, Christopher Miller, says. He says, stop it. If you're overscheduling, stop it. All you're doing is setting yourself up for failure. So look at your day-to-day. What can you drop? And if you can drop it, don't scratch it out. Put some kind of symbol beside it, or highlight the priorities and leave those unhighlighted. Then once your priorities are done, once the things that matter are done, then look to those extra things and prioritize them. What needs to be done first, or put numbers beside what you list. And they don't have to be listed in order. You can do 1, 2, maybe down here. It doesn't matter. But number them if that helps you. I say many times in my goal setting solution course, do what works for you. Don't do my system. Don't do Joe Blow's system. Don't do this system. Look at systems and see what works for you. That's what's important. So don't over prioritize your things. Look at what clearly are your priorities and do those things first. You know what? I love you. More importantly, God loves you. You have a blessed day.